Alright, here is your quick cross hotbar setup guide. So initially, you've just got your R2 and L2, or RT and LT setups. If you want to add the ability to use RT and LT together to get a second menu of buttons on each side, you just have to go to your Enable Expanded Controls option here in the character configuration menu. So home hotbar settings, custom. And here you can set which cross hotbar they go to. So if you hold down R1 or RB, you can see that you have 4 cross hotbars available. You can set them up however you want. The way I set it up is 1 and 2 are my 2 job actions or class actions hotbars, and cross hotbar 3 is mounts and other out of combat utilities and things like that. So when you have your cross hotbars, when you have your expanded cross hotbars set to go to 2, you don't need to press RB or R1 to switch between them. You just have to press your 2 shoulder buttons in combination. Now, further down the menu, you have access to which hotbars are switched to when you just tap R1 with your weapon sheathed and with your weapon drawn. So you could potentially have all of your non-combat based hotbars set to be switched to when you're out of combat or when you're in combat. So if I show you it like this, out of combat, I can now tap R1 to just go through all of my hotbars. But with my weapon drawn, I only go through these 2 hotbars, 1 and 3, because all of the other ones are just chaff and aren't really needed outside of the very specific times that I need them, but I'll always be wanting to mount up or mess about with my chocobo or saddlebag while I'm on the field. So those are the expanded hotbars, and just choosing which hotbars you want access to outside of and in combat with a single button press. You also have the option to set up w-hotbars. So the w-hotbars are like expanded hotbars. They're a third set of hotbars, but they get displayed in a menu either above where you've got your cross hotbars currently. You can go to HUD layout and split your W hotbar up from them. Somewhere, I hope. Oh, it'll just be back in character configuration. So you can position them separately from your regular cross hotbar. Don't forget to apply all your settings after you're done with them. So yeah, you can see here you can move them about, set it up however you want. And to access your W hotbars, you can go to your character configuration hotbar menu and enable W hotbar actions. Now I've got my W hotbars just set up so they show up my expanded hotbars I'm going to use. So you can see my W hotbar on the right is my R2 and L2 combination, and my one on the left is my L2 and R2 combination. This is just so I can see what the cooldowns are a bit clearer, and I don't need to go through the setup just to see how much longer I've got left on my, say, no mercy cooldown, which is pretty important to not leave idle on, to not drop in longer fights. But alternatively, you can set up to be, say, 3 or 4, or whatever you need it to be. If you want to actually access your w-hotbar, you will need to set your w cross hotbar input timer to something longer than 10, because that timer there is the amount of frames you have to press the R2 or L2 buttons with it twice to access your w-hotbar. But we'll just put it back to that for now. It's not really much of a need to set them apart, just whatever's most comfortable for you. Now, if you're playing a class that's got a lot of cooldowns on it, which is all of them, you might want to set up some big buttons that you'll always want to be pressing on cooldown or lining up with other party buffs. So what you can do is, if you set up a cross hotbar menu, all you have to do is just turn on one of the hotbars on the side. So I've got hotbar 5 as my big buttons menu. Change how you want it formatted, so you can have it like that, or long, but let's just keep it nice and compact. Set it up somewhere where it'll catch your eye, so you don't forget about your buttons during the fight, and just shove a whole load of actions onto it. So let's just... This is just a lot of setups, you won't forget things over longer fights.